Hey, what's up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. Today is the 6th stop, I believe, of the Anvil Jaw Bass Nation series, Lake Millwood. I was looking forward to Millwood in June, like the majority of the year. I was so pumped for this because I had a feeling that I knew what I was going to go do, or at least go look around and try to figure out what I was going to go do. Like I thought I knew. And so practice time came around, and well, you know what? We'll discuss that in the statistics part. So let's get into the video, and then we'll come back, do statistics. I'll run through, you know, like how many boats and the statistics, people who caught fish and what it took to win, and blah 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 blah. So and my game plan and my thought process. So let's get into it. All right guys, so the water's a little different today than it has been the past several days. It's still high, but it's not flowing like it has been. There's been a really good current over here the past few days. Practiced here yesterday, practiced near here the day before. There's been current the past 2 days. There is nothing right now. At least not right here. I haven't got a lot of bites, but I've gotten good bites over here. I don't know if they're winning fish, but I'm hoping if I can get the same bites that I have been getting the past few days, then I should be able to get a limit today. I've been wanting to catch them on a buzz bait. I have not been able to get bit on a buzz bait at all this week. I've gotten more bites on a frog than anything else, but I've gotten better bites on this swim jig. And a couple 2 and 3 pounders. The frog has been mostly 1 and 2 pounders. There's been a mayfly hatch going on the past couple days. In fact, there's a bunch of mayflies on that tree right there. There's been some bluegill blowing up underneath it, but I haven't been able to catch a bass underneath it yet. All right guys, it is 7:43. Just changed out batteries. I have not had a single bite at all, man. I don't know. Lots of boats are running around though. I can hear it, which makes me think that fishing's tough all around. Water, if the forecast is right, the water's supposed to drop today, which is never good. So it's been rising all week. It's high right now, but they're gonna pull the plug and start dropping it. So that might be why the fish are in a funk and not chewing right now. Oh well, keep fishing. All right guys, the last 2 days, there's been like a mayfly hatch going on underneath that little pine tree thing right there. I caught fish 2 days ago underneath there. I caught 2 actually. And then yesterday I came back over here, flipped my frog back in there to see if there's anything else. One grabbed it and swam away with it. I didn't set the hook on him, but I saw him. He was a good, 2 to 3 pounder. So I'm gonna come over here and check to see if there are any fish on that tree right now. Again, the current isn't flowing like it was. So things are different today. Hopefully those fish are still there. Past 2 days, guys, there's been like just a ridiculous amount of bluegill blowing up right there. I'm not even seeing that. Let's get a sink over there. Not good, guys. This has been my one spot that I thought for sure I would get bit. All right, let's go back in there and throw a frog for a little bit, I guess. I'm stumped and frustrated because I thought for sure I was gonna get bit there. I mean, I was so freaking confident that's where the juice was gonna be. I was at least gonna get one. I guess not. Stay pegged. I don't think I got him. There is a bass in there. Got him. Oh, and he's off the hook now. In the boat. On camera, too. Nice. Did I kill him? All right, I at least got points, guys. I think on a day like this, it's gonna go a long ways. I think it was a gar. Yeah, it was a gar. I see him right now. All right, guys, so I have a problem with my Lowrance time. You know, if you set the time, you can set it in 15-minute increments. And since these two graphs are linked, if I adjust the one, it adjusts both. The problem is, one of them is off by 8 minutes, and that's the one at the console. So if I adjust the one on the bow and make it accurate, the one on the console is 8 minutes late. I don't want that. So then I adjusted that. You can only adjust in 15-minute increments. So I adjusted it. Now I'm, you know, off by 7 minutes early, but that makes the one on the bow 15 minutes early. I've never seen a graph off by 8 minutes. That's just mind-boggling to me. I don't even know how that's possible. Anyway, comment below if you know how to fix that. Also, that fish that I caught, the only keeper I have so far, is almost dead. I mean, I must have got him just right when I set the hook, because he didn't really fight. He came in a clump of grass. He's still breathing, but he's almost dead. He's not gonna make it. All right, guys, so it's 12:28, maybe, or maybe it's off by 15 minutes. I don't remember. Anyway, after 12, before 12:30, I just have the one. It's pretty much dead on hook set, which is the first for me. Anyway, keep fishing. And honestly, guys, I think this is what I'm gonna have to do, is just go slow and fish a frog. It's the only way I've been able to get bit. And honestly, in practice, this caught me most of my fish also. Caught better quality with a swim jig, but I caught better quantity on a frog. And since I've only had one bite today, I'm all about that quantity right now. You know what? I just gotta run. Guys, I just gotta run. I gotta go to where I caught him in practice. I have an hour and a half until weigh-in. I've got one fish, which means I got points. So let's just go see if they're there again, because if they are, I stand a chance of catching several. They weren't there this morning though. The whole thing, don't leave fish to find fish. I know there are fish here. I just don't know if I can get another one to bite. Got an hour to catch 4 more. Keep fishing. Not good. Little tree didn't have what I was looking for. All right, guys, we got to run. All right, guys, there you have it. Another horrible finish. You know, I believe in honesty and putting out the video regardless if I do well or suck. And well, I sucked again. And here's what happened. So practice, the water was rising the whole week as we were leading up to the tournament. And it kind of peaked on Friday night, and then they kind of pulled the plug and it started dropping on Saturday, on tournament day. So during practice, I had figured out a pattern, and honestly, I kind of stumbled upon it. I stumbled upon it on Thursday. Like Wednesday, I ran up the river, and I looked around, and there's just so much debris up there, and with the water still coming up, I just knew that the river wasn't going to be what I wanted to fish, and so I scrapped that. Thursday, I ran out to Main Lake and fished Main Lake on Thursday and Friday. So I kind of stumbled upon this because I just ran to a random spot. Like, I covered a bunch of water on Thursday, and then I ran to a random spot that I just kind of decided that I'm just going to go look over here type thing. And then found a little mayfly hatch, and it had some bluegill popping on it. And so I threw a bunch of different baits in there, and I was getting bit, but I couldn't hook anything, and I figured they were bluegill. They were eating my bait, not bass. And then, long story short, you know, I caught 2 of them on a Senko, and then in underneath one little spot. And then I started kind of like, well, where else can I find this same exact pattern? So I started looking around, and I figured a little more out. Well, then Friday I went back and tried to expand on that pattern a little more and see what else I can get bit on, and caught fish on swim jigs and frogs, and again still in a Senko. But I went back to that one little magic tree, and I threw back underneath there and got smoked on my frog, and I just let him swim away with it, didn't set the hook. And I knew that, you know, I just caught 2 fish off that tree yesterday, and then had a decent one, you know, on Friday. So maybe I've got something figured out, at least with this little magic tree. What I wasn't counting on was them to pull the plug on the lake, and it just changed the way the current was flowing through there. It changed everything about that area, and everything that I thought I had developed. And like, I was highly confident that I was going to do well in the tournament. Not getting a limit never even really crossed my mind because I was on good fish. And boy, Saturday changed that, man. You know, I didn't get bit in that area at all. It was just completely different from what it had been throughout the week. Like, the current was different, the life in the area was different. There was just always a bunch of life in practice, and it was like void of life during tournament day. So I had to scrap the game plan and run upriver and that's where I caught my one and only fish, and it was on a Sanford boom boom frog, black and red. I think it's called dog frog is the color, and that's the only keeper fish I caught. And you know what, I think I killed it on the hook set, because he ate it. I set the hook. He didn't really fight, as you can see from the video. He just kind of came in like a clump of grass, and then he flopped once or twice on the deck, and I tossed him in the live well, and he like flopped once in the live well, and then he was dead. I mean, he was belly up by the time the live well was full, and the live well had, you know, decent water in there. By the time the live well was full, that fish was already belly up. In fact, you can probably hear me say, did I just kill him, when I tossed him in the live well, because he was already flipping belly up. And I mean, it was in no time, man. So I think I did serious brain damage and or, you know, killed him on the hook set, which was a first for me. You know, I don't like losing fish. I've lost 6 fish total ever, this one, and then a whole limit 2 or 3 years ago because the live well plug came out on my low. So other than that, I've had a really good, you know, fish loss or fish keeping ratio. I mean, I've only literally lost 6 fish total, and so it did kind of suck to lose this one. But stats. Okay, there was 27 boats. This was my first filmed tournament in the new boat. I had done one other tournament. It was the Horizon Trike and Marine on Dardanelle. We took 10th. And this was the first one, though, that I actually filmed. And, you know, this one here on Millwood. 27 boats, 12 boats zeroed. Only 5 boats had limits. It took 11.39 pounds to win on Millwood. That is unheard of. Millwood is typically a 15, 16 pound, like at a minimum, is what you expect to have to cash or to win on Millwood. It took 11.39. It took 7.96 to cash a check. I finished 11th place with my one fish that after the dead fish penalty, he came in at 186. It's good for 11th place out of 29, or sorry, out of 27 boats. Yeah, 27 boats, 11th place. So what'd that do for me for stats? I'm still sitting the same. 8th place without the drop, and 7th place with the drop, because Anvil Jaw allows you to drop one tournament. Sitting in 7th with the drop, 8th without the drop, with one tournament left. That tournament is next week, June 10th or 11th, or sorry, July 10th or 11th, whatever that Saturday is, in the Maumelle pool of the Arkansas River. But that's that, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I have several other videos coming up next week. I'm trying to decide if I want to drop the practice video and both days of tournament next week, or if I want to drop the practice video this week and both days of tournament next week. I haven't decided. So you guys may get another video this week, or maybe you'll get 3 next week. I don't know yet. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, go and hit the subscribe button right down there, along with the bell notification button, so you get notified every single time I put out a video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And again, please drop a comment. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, get out on the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.